Hello. Thank you for joining me for this short video on critical thinking. Critical thinking is important when it comes to higher order thinking skills. It is also an important skill in how people make decisions, their beliefs, and what they do when faced by uncertainty. It's also helpful when they want to be more creative in their work. Critical thinking helps them think of new ideas and think things through before they act on impulse. Critical thinkers usually have better performance academically than those that don't use critical thinking skills like reading comprehension, math, etc., because it helps them study more efficiently and with greater depth of understanding. It can help improve memory because it allows you to move information from working memory into long-term memory easier, so you are able to retrieve the information more quickly later on. Critical thinking is also a major skill in problem solving. Critical thinking skills are also very important for everyday life. It can help people make better decisions on what to buy, what to do with their time, and how to deal with work-related stress and anxiety. Critical thinkers usually make better choices because they think about their decisions longer than those without critical thinking skills do before they take action, or to think through all of the possible outcomes before taking specific actions. Positive thinking is not the same as critical thinking. Critical thinking skills are more useful in all aspects of life. While it is true that there are many successful people who embrace positive thinking, they usually do it with little support or guidance, so they usually don't reach their full potential, have higher levels of stress and anxiety, and may not live up to the full extent of their possible resilience goals. When I was deciding on my major, using critical thinking helped me decide between different programs to get a better idea of what I wanted to do in college. Critical thinking is important for problem solving as well. Several years ago, my parents were trying to figure out how much it would cost to renovate our house after a flood. We had no idea if it would be a good idea or not, and we were stuck with vague ideas that swayed us one way or another. Critical thinking allowed me to question what we knew and why we thought certain things. It also helped us figure out the best way of approaching the situation that wasn't so daunting by figuring out what wasn't being asked in terms of time commitment and material costs to buy. Critical thinking is important for determining things like what you want in life, what you value, and why it's important, not just academics. In the last scenario, I knew it would be best to go with my parents' wishes, to save as much money as possible, rather than go against their wishes and take out a huge loan which could have been a huge burden later on in life. Critical thinking is a skill that takes time to develop. You can't just read a book one time and expect it to be a natural reflex. If you start applying critical thinking skills now, it will become even more effective as you get older. The first step is developing the ability to ask questions about what you know and what you don't know. This helps us figure out what we think and why we think those things. Asking questions can help us explore how others might see an issue, so they might have better insight than we do with similar experiences. The second step is linking facts together, using evidence or data when necessary, drawing conclusions about the facts, which helps us figure out how they work together and forming our understanding of the issue. The third step is connecting deeper meaning and understanding. Sometimes we don't want to understand something just to check a box, but it can be important that we do. These deeper meanings can help us see where our assumptions are wrong or why there are differences in perspectives when we encounter ideas we disagree with. Understanding the reasoning behind the opinions of others is what helps us develop our own opinions, so that we have a better understanding of how other people think. Critical thinking is a skill that enables you to rethink and analyze different aspects of your life. It's important for decision-making and problem-solving. In order to critically think about decisions, one needs to identify the consequences of each decision they're making. Once the consequences have been identified, one can then decide if they want to take that risk or not. In order for this process to work effectively, it's important that you have good information available about the potential consequences of a decision before making it. Critical thinking should also be applied when problem solving in order for it to yield accurate results. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day practicing critical thinking.